So today on Stewart Talk, we have with us Mrs. Mesha Owens. How are you doing today?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing good. Brought you on because a couple things. You display an image of strength. The definition of strength is the capacity of an object, a substance, to withstand great force or pressure. In the Bible, it says that and they were overcame by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony. When you talk about overcoming, you're talking about defeating something, getting through something, being able to withstand it. A testimony. God wants us to be able to display our testimony for others can get help, for others can be able to understand that they're not alone in whatever they're going through or what they may face. I always said you were strong. I love you and your family because of y'all bond. Let's start off by what does family mean to you?
Well, family is everything to me. I literally gained family over the years, like friends who became family. But like my siblings and I, we try to get together, do stuff. A lot of people don't do that anymore. So
Yeah,
to me, family is everything. I love them literally to death. And it's crazy because
yeah,
there's so many of us, but we're all tight. And I feel like family, that's how it should be.
yeah. And God has blessed your family with a lot of gifts and talents, from being hairstylist to basketball to music to cooking to designer to, like, even if y'all wanted to be modeling, different things like that. He has
Mhm.
really blessed our family with a lot. And that's a blessing in itself. With the hair, you're a hairstylist. When did you start doing hair, and when did you know that it was something that you could see yourself doing as you got older?
Well, I doing hair for, oh my God, many, many years, over 20 years actually. I started around my daughter's age. She's 12 now. Kaden is 12. But I started around her age, probably even younger for real. But my mom, she used to do all of me and my siblings hair when we were younger. So I kind of picked up on that. And from there, I used to braid everybody here on the block. All my friends, all my siblings, all
Yeah.
the, my ex-boyfriend. I used to braid his hair, all his friends' hair. So it kind of just came natural.
So as you got in high school, was you the go-to for the hairstylist, or a lot of the athletes wanted to get the crispy hair before the games and all
Absolutely.
that? How was that?
Absolutely. I used to braid because my ex, he played for Scott basketball team and at Robinson when we were there, he played for the team. But I used to braid everybody here. Like everybody wanted me to braid their hair, me and Will.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I used to go to college with her cousin Daryl Lyons. Shout out to Daryl Lyons. He used to come back to try to get his hair braided and go right back to school. And I was like, "Who is your cousin?" And he came back crispy. I'm like, "Man, she got you crispy." So
mm,
when did you after school decide that I'm gonna take this on to be a profession? So I'm gonna be in the shop, or I'm gonna do a full time as to earn income to be as far as my what I want to do.
well, I did it for so long. I kind of took a break from it when I went to college. I went to OSU after I graduated from Scott High School in 2005 and kind of, put it on the back burner. I did a few heads here and there over time, but I went to hair school in 2000 and, mid 2000s. And then from there, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and get my license so that if I want to do it, I can do it. And I've kept it active ever since. So
So being that you already knew when you was were you down in Columbus, did it take a long time for they to get familiar with you and your skills?
well, I mean, hair school, I went to a school where we didn't really do a lot of my kind of hair. So kind of a little bit. I mean, it's groups and stuff that helps with stuff like that. Like they have a Columbus Black owned business group to where, you can promote yourself, you can promote, whatever it is, what services you offer. So stuff like that. And it's just one of the things that I do. Hair isn't everything. So
Yeah. Oh, that's good. So When it comes to family, you have a little daughter, right?
Yes.
You have a daughter, y'all real connection. Y'all got that bond. I see and I love. What inspiration does she give you as far as your life and your motivation is and what you're doing and what you strive to do?
She is all the motivation, honestly. After having her, like it kind of just pushed me, to it's not about me anymore. It's all about her.
Yeah.
So over time, she's just grown up. She's well mannered, just the best daughter that I could ever even ask for. Like honestly, she's like, you know, our relationship to me, I want her to have that relationship with me to where she feels comfortable enough to come to me with anything. And,
Yeah.
have those conversations, because she's a little young lady. So like
Yeah.
me being like the sole parent and sole provider for her, I know she looks up to me. So I always want to be the best example for her. And
Yeah.
her dad not being there, he lives in Vegas, but he's not really been in her life, which, I had to learn to be okay with because
Yeah.
that's just, it's just I mean, this is a loss, but it's something that I had to deal with growing up. So I know my father was taken from me. Hers is
Yeah.
still around, chooses to do whatever it is that he wants to do. So, but I make sure that she's not missing any beats, any steps. She's gonna know she's loved, whether it's coming from me and,
Yeah.
family that she has.
So, what advice would you give a young mother who's going through taking care of raising a child, single by themselves, whether they have a little help, not at all, to continue to strive? Because it seems like you don't miss a beat, even though it's great to have two. It seems like you keep on focusing on your daughter, her happiness, and taking care of her versus the drama, the negativity that you normally see to the social media. Has it have been times that you've grown and said, I'm not going to, talk negative on somebody who's not there or have that type of relationship, or you always been away from it as this is what I need to do? Because a lot of young people that's having kids, they go back and forth over social media, and now that's tarnishing their relationship and that's tarnishing their focus from taking care of the child and doing what they got to do because they're caught up. So how does that look as far as for you?
Well, I mean, we was all young before, so I've had, situations where kind of got out of character, but I don't even really like get on and like social media and try to, because I don't care to have like everybody in my business. It's not really everybody's business as far as stuff like that. But you know what? I had to learn that I can't control anybody else and how they react or how they choose to live, but I can only control me. And honestly, if it's not benefiting me or if it's negativity, because I'm all about positivity
Yeah.
and uplifting, and I just can't control that. And for something like that I cannot control, I'm just like, I can't beat myself up because it's only gonna, it'll become something else. Like it'll make you depressed.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
it Nothing good comes from harping on stuff like that. So you just gotta do the best that you can do and make sure that you doing everything to take care of, the people that the little ones, because honestly, that's all that matters. Like people miss out on these little human beings, these great kids, because of whatever reason. And I just always made it about her. That's what I had to realize early on. I'm like, I can't control this. Nothing, me being mad is not going to change,
Yeah.
or make somebody else do what they're supposed to do. So,
Yeah. Backing up, you lost your father. Was you a young age? How old were you when your father was passed?
I was 8 years old.
Or
Yeah.
you were that? Yeah. And we gonna give a moment of silence for your dad. Yeah. So with that, growing up without a father, being that your father was well known, looked up to in the community by a lot of people, how did that affect you growing up? Did you use your father not being there as motivation to help you get through tough times and different things?
You know what? I absolutely did. I know everybody takes death, and they take it and they deal with it in their own way. I absolutely use my father as motivation, his death, because I always looked at it like, what, my dad isn't here. And again, he was taken from me, but I want to be the best that I can be. And I know he'd be proud of me if I lived life and did, this, and this. So
Yeah.
I always looked at it like that. That was my positive outlook for real. Like since I was younger, like, I don't know how or why I looked at it like that, but I was a kid and that's how I took it. So I always got good grades, everybody falls off and slacks. I've been there, but we're only human. We all
Yeah.
fall short. So I use that as motivation to get good grades. And that's how I got an academic scholarship for a ride to OSU. So
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, if it's something that, that was had me down, like something like that, I would just think of my dad because I know he was a good man,
Yeah.
and people would literally stop to tell me stories about how, oh, your dad was a good man, substitute teachers. Oh, Mesha Owens, is Clemmy Owens your dad? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And they like, oh my God, and they got stories before they even done taking attendance. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it was always comforting to me to hear those stories about him. And I took that and I just, I love it.
Yeah, and I love the way your family bonds, and y'all allow his legacy to continue to live on, even though it's sad times, even though it's bittersweet moments during holidays. Y'all still get together. Y'all still allow his legacy to live on, whether it's tattoos, pictures, posts, stories, different things like that. Y'all allow his legacy to live on and push you guys through. Even your brother Clemmy, in his music and what he's doing. Shout out to Clemmy as well. He was at the Grammys. How did that make you feel seeing your brother on the big stage, knowing that your dad is like loving and smiling down from heaven, looking at his son be able to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a blessing, like literally a blessing. Like I'm so proud of him. He's literally been doing this music thing for so long and it's paying off. So I'm happy for him. I just wish him continued success and to keep shining and be a positive role model for not only, just Black people, but just the community, Toledo.
And he's so humble as well. That's why I said a lot of y'all characteristics is the same, being cool, calm,
Mhm.
collective, and humble. Man, this man got a Rockefeller chain. He's with around all the people who we listen to and who
Yeah.
we came up listening to talking about this. And he has that, but he's humble. He gives back. He's involved. This man was in town. He could have been chilling, ducking away from everybody. He giving everybody opportunities to work with him, saying, I'm gonna be in town for this. If you want to feature, here, like, he's opening himself up, and a lot of people don't do that. They get the fame, they get a little success, they move away. He's in movies, that's real big to see. And I know it ain't nobody but the grace of God allowing your family to be strong and get through, because it could have been the other way where all y'all down, depressed, and y'all not moving on. A lot of people, they don't know how to move on, they don't know how to get through, and they allow a loss to be, devastating to where they're not moving and growing. How would you be able to tell someone who may be struggling with not knowing how to get through or not knowing how to move on, giving them advice on how to? Because like you said, you couldn't stop your life. You were sad, but you used it as motivation at other points. What would you tell another person who may not know how to deal with it?
Yeah, it's hard, every day is hard. My dad was killed in 95. Like, and to this day, it's still hard, I know, grieving, you can't let that, take you and put you in a place where it stops you from, being, I guess, just, from living, because honestly, you gotta live. Like, and at the end of the day, like, I get it. It's definitely something that it's hard to come back from, and losing people, especially, that you're close with, it's devastating. But you just gotta put one foot in front of the other, take it a day at a time, talk to people that's close, near, even if you don't have, journal. I mean, we all need an outlet. I work out, even, frustration built up, whatever, go to the gym. You know what?
Yeah.
Or you know what? I don't got nobody to talk to. Let me write it down. It
Yeah.
helps, you know. Oh, you know what? I need somebody to talk to. I got this friend, that friend. Let me call one of them. You know, it's just
Yeah.
different outlets to where you can, you know, puzzling. I do puzzles over here. I got 20 puzzles that I didn't put together, 1,000-piece puzzles.
Yeah.
That really me. It actually, so find something that, you know, that is gonna give you some type of peace, because honestly, unfortunately, we lose people and we can't get them back. But you just got to hold on to the good
Yeah.
memories, good times.
Yeah. Before we go to the lifestyle point, I wanted to ask you two things. What does faith mean to you? And when was your first time you actually experienced or seen faith work and know that God is real?
I don't really, okay, so I'm not really like big on church and talking, you know. I just,
Yeah.
it's just in me, you know. I don't know, even know how to explain or describe. I mean, faith is just having that, you know, belief that things will work out. And I always have had that, you know,
Yeah.
just holding on to, again, positivity and knowing that, you know what, because 9 times out of 10, we all go through things to where, you know, things don't work out on the first try initially, and people beat themselves up, and some people just allow, you know, that to just, I guess, oh, you know what, I didn't get that. So they'll just quit and give up. But you gotta keep
Yeah.
going. You gotta keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, that was
Faith.
a good definition though. Faith without works is dead. And like you said, believing knowing that it's gonna happen. You can know it. Some people don't know. So to the lifestyle, now you going through different things or needing the outlet, did that cause you to be serious about your workout journey and your fitness journey?
Absolutely. I just found out that I had lupus back in 2020, I want to say. Late
Yeah.
2020. And because of that, you know, I mean, I drink. I don't smoke, but I drink. So I slow down on drinking. I kind of really just I don't have like, so I will say that it's different steps to lupus. I don't know if you know anything about it, but it's an autoimmune disease. It, you know, affects a lot of Black people, people of color, and it can be really, really hard on some people. I haven't had it the worst, but I
Uh-huh.
do have it, and you know, it causes for me flare-ups where it affects my skin and breaks out. So with that, I try to be better about, you know, my health, what I'm eating. I want to do things to uplift, you know, people who may be going through, you know, because I don't like taking medicine. I'm not like big on going to the doctor to and then prescribing me medicine. You know, I go to the doctor every single year, but
Yeah.
I'm big on medicine. I'm like, I'm not taking anything for the lupus because it's not that bad for me. But if I did do anything, I would want to do natural, you know?
Yeah.
So I taking it really seriously. You know, we got one body. You know, our
Yeah.
body is simple. We got to make sure we take care of it. And
Yeah.
for real, I used to be like almost 200 pounds. I wasn't comfortable where I was.
Yeah.
And honestly, I saw a post from Elisa Fletcher, and
Yeah.
I
Shout out
remember,
to her. She doing big things. Shout out to Lisa too. Go ahead.
yeah, I saw her post, and it kind of motivated me because, you know, even though the post was like, oh, you know what, people always talking about they want to be healthy and they, you know, they doing this, and this is just quoting. People make so many excuses as to why they don't go to the gym, and I'm like, dang, I'm one of them people, you
Yeah.
know. So I'm like, so that's when I started to. I'm like, okay, I do make excuses. I got to get over that. You know, it's hard, you know, as uh especially a mom. Like we have so much going on. Women, you know, being a mom, a lot of mothers work. You know, you got to come home, feed the kids. You got to, you know, so it's a lot that goes into that. And sometimes we don't make time for ourselves.
Yeah.
So you literally have to, I mean, make that, even if it's 10 minutes, work out
Yeah.
10 minutes. Find some time to do it. You can be cooking. You can be doing some squats, doing like it
Yeah.
can be anything, but you just I make time for fitness for me because it's an outlet. It's relaxing and it's good. It's just good for you. And I feel like everybody should like I pull up videos on YouTube. I work out and do stuff from YouTube. Like they have stuff like, oh, put in 10-minute workout. boom, that'll get you your workout for the day.
Yeah. Before I ask you this last question, that was a part of the reason why I started coming on, doing this, presenting the outlet for people to be able to see, because just like you said, it's been a lot of posts that people seen to help motivate them change their life. They might not just be able to know who to talk to about certain situations, and therefore we're shining a light to different situations, hearing people's stories, hearing people's testimonies, seeing how people that may look up to you, seeing how people who look like you is getting through the tough times. And that was the whole purpose of me doing this, like, allowing people to be able to talk, because it's been helping so many people. So lastly, I'm gonna ask you this before I get you up out of here. What do you do, because you work, you're a mom, like you said, you got all this stuff going on? What do you do to relax besides working out? Do you find time for yourself? What do you do to just take it all in and be able to just be at peace at times, because you do so much, and you go hard at everything you do, motherhood, working out, doing hair, like you do all that. When do you find that time, and how do you be able to recharge? Because you pour into so many people, you always been there for people, you got a kind heart. So what do you do?
Well, I mean, like I said, just the different things, like me doing my puzzles. I'm working on one right now on my table here. I don't really do much. Like, I'm really to me, to myself. But I literally unwind by talking to my friends. I FaceTime Nene. We talk literally every day. I can look at my window right here and see her apartment. Like, I talk to my people. I make sure that my daughter, she's my light. So every day we talk. But that's the thing. If I need any type of positivity, I feel like you should have those type of people in your corner that's gonna not tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. So if I need that, I'll just call my crew, and I'm easy to talk to. I know, like, a lot of people say they don't have people to talk to. If anybody ever wants to vent, like, I'm here to listen. Sometimes you just need an ear of somebody to just be like, oh, you know what? I need to talk to somebody. Just talk. No judgment. No. So I just do me. I watch TV. I'm a TV person. Like, I got some stuff I'm working on. So some other career moves in the near future. So I just, put it all into that.
Yeah. That's good, man. Well, we appreciate you stopping by to be able to be motivation to somebody. I wish nothing but the best to you, favoring your business, your life, your health. Even in, anything that you want to do that your heart is set to do. I just hope that you continue to be great, great woman, great mom, and all that you do. And blessings to you.
Thank you. Blessings to you as well. And thanks for having me on. I
Oh, no
appreciate it.
problem. No problem. No problem. This is going to be very helpful for somebody, because a lot of times we have people we talk to and we might not go through different things, but somebody else going through it that know it, they can get a better understanding and a better look at it because they're experiencing it.
Absolutely. Well, it was a pleasure. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to inbox me, Mesha Marie Owens on Facebook.
How can they get in touch with you if they need a hairstyle or they want to get their hair done, whether they in your area?
Well, I work out of a shop in Columbus. The shop's name is Beyond Locks Hair Studio, but you can find my information on Style Seat under Mesha Owens and book online.
All right. It's been real. Thank you. Be in touch.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right.
Bye.